Hey guys, you're listening to Actually English, the podcast that takes real English from the real world and breaks it down so it actually makes sense. Made for intermediate to advanced speakers who want to learn everything that the textbooks don't teach. I'm your host, Jenna. Let's get started. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Actually English. Thank you so much for being here. Today, we are going back to Reddit, and there is drama at the dinner table, literally. Like we always do, we're going to first read the story, talk about the expressions, and then we're going to have a look at the comments. Finally, you'll have your challenge at the end. Let's get into it. Title: Am I the asshole for telling my boyfriend what to cook for his friend group dinner because I'm a picky eater? For context, I, 24 female, have been dating my boyfriend, Marco, 26 male, for about 8 months. Things are going great, but his friend group is a whole thing. They have this tradition where they do a big group dinner every few weeks. Everyone takes turns hosting and cooking a full meal for like 10 people. It's actually really sweet. Here's my problem. I'm a picky eater. I know. Before you come for me, I have texture issues with certain foods, and I genuinely cannot eat things like mushrooms, cooked onions, or anything with a slimy texture without gagging. It's not a preference thing. It's a physical reaction, and I've been this way my whole life. So the first couple of dinners, I just quietly pushed food around my plate and ate what I could. No big deal. Nobody noticed or said anything. But last week, it was Marco's turn to host, and he asked me what he should cook. I gave him a few suggestions that I knew I could eat, and he went with it. Except, and this is where I might be the asshole, one of his friends, Priya, who is an amazing cook and takes these dinners very seriously, made a comment. She said something like, "Oh, interesting choice. I didn't realize we were doing simple food now." Not super mean, but it had a tone, you know? Marco defended me without even having to say anything, which honestly made me feel really loved. But afterward, another friend pulled me aside and said I was making it a whole thing by having Marco cater to my preferences and that I was killing the vibe of the dinners. I didn't say anything to them because I was caught off guard, but I've been thinking about it ever since. Was I wrong to give Marco input on what to cook? Should I have just suffered in silence? The dinners are supposed to be fun, but now I feel like I have a target on my back. Am I the asshole? Phrase number 1. A whole thing. In the post, she says, his friend group is a whole thing. When somebody says it's a whole thing, it often means that it's a lot to explain or it's complicated. Here, it had a slightly negative feeling, like, yeah, everything is good between me and Marco, but his friend group is a whole thing. Obviously, later we find out why his friend group is a whole thing. And saying it's a whole thing kind of means we don't have time to get into it now, but I'm warning you, there's something there. So when she says his friend group is a whole thing, she's warning us from the beginning that this group has dynamics that she'll need to explain. Number 2 is to come for someone. In the text, she says, I know, before you come for me, right before she explains what she did. To come for someone is to criticize them or attack them. It's like saying, wait, let me explain. I know what I'm about to say could be controversial, but listen, hear me out. Before you come for me, let me explain. Number 3, it had a tone. When you say something has a tone, maybe the words were nice, but it just felt wrong. Like there was an attitude behind it. She wanted it to hurt a little bit without saying something rude, right? Priya said, "Interesting choice. I didn't know we were doing simple food now," right? That in itself is not rude, but the way she said it made it sound rude. It had a tone, you know? Number 4, cater to. Cater to literally means to serve somebody else's needs, like a servant. In the post, she says, "I'm making it a whole thing by having Marco cater to my preferences." Meaning, the friends are saying that since she had an opinion on what dinner should be and they didn't like it, he is serving only her needs and forgetting about the rest of the friends because he cooked what the girlfriend insisted on cooking, what she said they should cook. So the friend is suggesting that Marco is giving her special treatment that she doesn't deserve by catering to her preferences. Number 5, to kill the vibe. In the post, it says, "You're killing the vibe of the dinners." Here, vibe is short for vibration, like energy, the feeling. So she's ruining the feeling of the dinner. This one you might hear pretty often, killing the vibe. Maybe in a classroom, all of the students are talking, having a good conversation, laughing, and then the teacher walks in and makes everybody be quiet. The teacher killed the vibe. Maybe you have heard the song by Kendrick Lamar, "Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe, Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe." If you haven't heard it, listen to it. Number 6, to put a target on your back. A target is literally something that you aim for when you're shooting, or it can be a figurative target. Like my target is to sell 1,000 products this month, or whatever it is. It's your goal. But if you say you have a target on your back, you are available for criticism. You are vulnerable to being attacked. So in the post, she says, "I feel like I've put a target on her back." She feels like she has made herself the subject of the group's judgment. She thinks now they are going to talk badly about her. Number 7, caught off guard. This is something I personally hear a lot. This is when you are not prepared for something, when you're surprised by something that happens. Like, whoa, what just happened there? So in the text, it says, "I didn't say anything because I was caught off guard." She was not expecting her boyfriend's friends to say that to her. She was very surprised that they said that to her. So she just kind of said nothing because she was caught off guard. Let's summarize what we just learned. A whole thing means it's complicated. To come for someone means to attack someone or criticize someone. It had a tone means it didn't sound mean, but it felt mean. To make it a whole thing is to make it a problem. To cater to someone is to serve someone else's needs. To kill the vibe is to ruin the feeling. And to be caught off guard is to be surprised. All right, let's head on over to the comments. The first comment says, "NTA, not the asshole." Priya's comment was passive aggressive and everyone knows it. Interesting choice is Reddit speak for I have opinions, but I'm too polite to say them out loud. Your boyfriend defended you. The actual host made his own call and one person got salty about it. That's on her, not you. Quick note about this comment is the word salty. Now, I don't know where this poster is from, but in Arizona, where I'm from, we use this a lot, especially, mostly in younger generations. Salty is upset, but you don't want to say that you're actually mad. So you just say salty. Yeah, he's salty because she didn't want to give him her phone number. Salty. The next comment says, soft, you're the asshole. And I say this gently. When you join a group tradition that has its own culture and history, you're a guest in that culture. Influencing the menu on your second or third dinner there was probably too soon. You weren't wrong to have preferences. You were maybe wrong about the timing. The only thing I want you guys to pay attention to in this comment is the way that she is trying to make everything soft. She's disagreeing with her, which is valid, but she's not trying to sound mean. She's saying, softly, you're the asshole. And I say this gently. She's disagreeing, but trying to do it in a friendly way that doesn't upset the poster. This week's challenge is very simple. Think about or research another food metaphor like, oh, that's so sweet, or wow, that was a piece of cake, meaning easy. And write a sentence using it. Write a sentence using a food metaphor. Put it in the comments or send it to me on Instagram at Actually English Podcast. You know I read everything. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Actually English. That's it for me today. I'm so happy that you stuck with me until the end. Food, drama, Reddit, what a wonderful combination. If this episode helped you even a little bit, share it. One share from you means one more person finding this show, and right now, that means everything to me. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye.